What's happening guys, NASCAR Gamer here and welcome back to another video. Before we carry on with today's video, I just want to let you know that this video contains some insane crashes from various NASCAR games, so be aware, it's insane. Also, if you're wondering why Brands Hatch is currently in the background of this video, it's because in a few weeks time it will be officially American Speedfest 11. American Speedfest is such a cool event where it hosts European NASCAR, which is a really cool but underrated series, and also demonstrates real life NASCARs from the US, and it is just such a fun experience, and it will be held on the 8th and the 9th of June. We will be going and we will be recording on both days, so make sure to stay tuned, and if I crash in any of the games chosen for this video, the game changes. Let's get on with part 6. First up is Pummu Talladega. We are going to start off with the Xfinity series. We're currently driving as Cole Custer, and just look at this pack in front of us. They're all over the place, and let's see how we do. Man, they're going 4 wide ahead of us. Whoa, almost a crash right there. This is some insane pack racing. Man, things are getting sketchy. As you can see, the two of Sheldon Creed almost go around. He almost tags it. I think that was the 9 car on the outside lane. Meanwhile, we're going to go in the inside lane, and we are entering the eye of the storm right now. We're currently, there's a bit of contact right there from the 6 and us. This is a bit sketchy right here. Me and Josh Berry are currently trading paint as we now follow Parker Ratzlaff, and we're going to turn the 8 car around, and that's going to be a huge crash. Cars flying everywhere into turn number 1. I believe that crash may have wiped out the rest of the field, so it's just me and potentially the 7 car that remains. It's just a 1v1 to see who's the last man standing. And there is another ambulance on the racetrack going the wrong way. What is it with ambulances at this place? I'm telling you, there's always a ambulance driving the wrong way, and the 7 car gets really loose. He's showing off his Tokyo drift skills, and he's gonna save it, I believe. Yes, he is. And he always cars up right there. Man, that was an insane save, and in fact, it was a save for us too. We almost got caught up. Oh no, there is now a safety car go up high to avoid it, and oh my god. And we weren't the only ones remaining. That's a huge crash, but a major embarrassment for me. Oh my goodness. I went up high thinking that the pace car was gonna go down low. We have an orange, I think that's an Oldsmobile, we just barely avoided them. Oh my goodness, that was close. Jeff Gordon, what are you doing sitting in the middle of the racetrack, and this is going to be big. As you can see, he took out Richard Petty, us and Mark Martin, and we're going to go flying into the lake, and yep, we're now officially a boat. That's a shame. Let's go racing, boys, as we're now underway at the figure 8 track, and that's a huge crash. Didn't even make it into the first series of turns. That's embarrassing.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem.
We've got smoke ahead of us, and Mark Martin, he's going to go around into the infield. No doubt he's going back into the racetrack, and he does, and that's going to be a big crash. And oh my goodness, it's the ambulance again, and that is the big one. The biggest crash I've seen, with cars flying all over the place. It's time to move on. Up next is Project Cars 2. We are making this as authentic as possible. We are doing formation lap before we get going for the green flag. Now we need to line up double file side by side, but to do that we need to catch up to the rest of the field because we are starting at the back of the field. Now this is a problem because I hope the brakes work. You see it there in turn 3, drivers going into the back of each other. They don't know how to use the brakes, and now we approached the 31st, and luckily things go well for us. Man, it's a beautiful sunset here in Daytona, and we're going to start this lovely evening by doing a NASCAR race here at Daytona. We just need to time it perfectly, and we're underway, and now was a good start for us. We timed it perfectly, as now we are underway at Daytona. We're going to thread the needle, go 3 wide, and that didn't exactly work, but it doesn't matter. We gained a position, and we're going to look like we're going to gain another here as we now go onto the inside. We're going to go 4 wide right here. That was close, and now we're just gaining positions. One goes in the middle, a bit of contact right there, never mind. What a good start for us, and whoa, they're checking up big time over here. And there's a bit of contact. We're going around, but we're going to hang on to it for dear life. And hang on, what? NASCAR, we didn't gain any position. We're not Carl Edwards. Now let us race. Thank you, we backed off. You're welcome. It's going to get dark, so grip levels are going to change, so this could be a factor. We need to make sure we can handle it. Whoa, that's a huge crash up ahead. Cars flying in front of us. We're going to need to back off here because otherwise we're going to be caught up in the big one. We have nowhere to go. and that is the challenge over for Project Cars 2. We had nowhere to go. I felt like there was someone on the inside and we couldn't really go down there to avoid the accident. ARCA brakes in a nutshell. No one's slowing down. Cars are still flying, and literally these are the leaders 1 lap after the accident. They just don't know how to slow down. I can't tell if this really is meant to be the Cup Series or the ARCA Series. You can see right there, we've just destroyed our race car. Yeah, I don't think you should bother with a yellow flag. Just throw the red flag. End the race. I'm no smart guy, but I'm pretty sure our car is totaled. We had a chaotic start, as you can see, going into turn 1. We gained so many positions, but there was a lot of contact and there was almost an accident there, felt like there was. And oh, there was an accident. We didn't even realise, but we started an accident. Then right here, we had a bit of contact after the drivers checked up and we almost went around. Miraculously, we saved it, but then NASCAR wanted us to back off. Looks like there was contact between 2nd and 3rd place. You can see there, 3rd place goes around, gets loose. He does a Harrison Burton, goes back up the racetrack, and then goes flying. He goes so high. Debris everywhere, multiple drivers in the wall really hard. This is literally the massive one. Debris going absolutely everywhere. We had nowhere to go. And there was someone behind us in 30th place who literally had real ARCA brakes and didn't even bother slowing down. And T-boned one of the drivers right there. That was massive. Like Pummu Talladega, we're going to end Project Cars 2 in a bang, and we're going to cause the big one at this French track, which I don't really know about. And oh my goodness, we're already clogged the racetrack, and this is massive. Cars flying on top of each other. This is the huge one. Oh my goodness, I've never seen a crash this big, a pile-up just this big, and it's time to move on.
Survive the drive southwest to the Lone Stallion Ranch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Burnout Paradise Remastered, and I'll let you know now, this is going to be one of the toughest challenges of this video because we're doing Marked Man. Now if you don't know what it is, you are being targeted by AIs that literally wreck you. They are brutal. You have to survive to get, and we'll get to one destination. The idea is you have to be quick and you don't want to hit traffic because obviously that'll count as wrecking. So far we've actually got away from them, which is miraculous. I know I like racing, but I'm going to take any shortcuts if necessary. I just want to get to the end. I don't care about racing. This is going to be brutal. This is get to the end as we now escape through the dockyard, and now we're going to merge back onto traffic. And so far so good. I'm not going to say much, but we haven't had any interference yet, but we've been slowed down a little bit as a little bit of contact with one of the traffic cars, and oh no, they've arrived. This is actually going to be tense now because they finally caught up to us, and now we're going to have to fight back. That's the way to survive. Let's stay on the opposite traffic side and hope that they just do not attack us. They're on the other side, but they're not actually getting to us. But we're going to have the advantage here as we cut across the grass right there. And now we're going to come to the checkered flag and we're going to survive. Marked Man in Burnout Paradise. This is unbelievable. This is so tough, and miraculously we survived it. I'm so happy that we won that for the first time ever in Burnout. We are literally doing a burnout outside this guy's farm. I apologise if it causes any damage, but you get it. And now to end this video, this doesn't count by the way, but just for a bit of fun, we are going to return to the stock car track and we're going to have a little demolition derby in what is the greatest mode of Burnout. That is Road Rage. We're trying to get to the stock car track, and look at this, we're already having carnage already. We're already having to start taking people out just because of self-defense, and we're not even at the track yet. This is just unbelievable, and this just shows how insane the AIs are in this game, and just how brutal this game can be. Now we finally arrived what felt like a war scene. So now we're going to just sneak on right here and let the battle commence as we now approach the figure 8 stock car track. This is going to be fun. This is going to be insane. Let's try to survive. Try not to get taken out. And oh, it looks like we're going to have our first victim over here as we come off turn number 2. We're wall riding right there, and then the van gets taken out. As mentioned before, it's better to take out the AIs in a stock car because it makes it feel like a NASCAR race and you're trying to get revenge on another driver. It feels more authentic towards NASCAR rather than just racing like Burnout. We're going to go to the inside right here. Whoa, we're going 2 wheels. Oh, we hit the wall really hard, but miraculously we didn't get taken out. And we're going to just pay back the van driver just to make sure. Now I feel like we're targeting the poor van driver because we just taken him out again in a frenzy takedown. This is absolutely insane. We've reached 20 targets, which means that we have pretty much succeeded in this challenge. It doesn't matter if we get taken out here, but we'd like to carry on. And somehow we got taken out. I get why, but that was a bit of an odd way to get a DNF, but oh well, time to move on. Welcome back to NASCAR 08 on the PS2. We are here at Las Vegas because apparently this track is broken on NASCAR 08. I came across a YouTuber who did a video, so all credit goes to them, and I had to see it for myself, so we're about to find out if this track really is broken or not. There's drives going below the white line, so I can tell you this does not look promising at all. Okay, we've just done one lap, so everything's alright so far. That's a really nice camera right there, and oh, around goes Kyle Petty. We calls the caution instead, so my absolute apologies, Kyle Petty, but somehow we saved it without any incident. This actually looks really smooth as a camera from a 2007 game. This is nice. As anyway, we're now back to racing and we make it side by side. Alright, we're ready to make it to the inside. No, we don't. There's a bit of contact right there as we now... Oh, the yellow flag's out. That's not for us. That means it's an AI accident and we're going to go around. Can we save it? Yes, we do. Miraculously, we save it and oh, never mind, we're flipping. That was the game's fault, by the way, but the caution came out again because of the game, so the AI took us out, so that will count, sadly. Let's see what happened here with the AI. It's a different instant. Looks like the 84, I think that might be AJ Allmendinger. Jesus, he just got ploughed into. Here we go, it's now time for the battle for the leads. We're now behind the 43, contact with the 38, and oh, the yellow flag's out again. That is definitely an AI incident, and what is the game doing to us? It's just taking control of us. Oh my goodness, we have the big one on the back stretch, the 96 going all over the racetrack. What is going on? What are these physics? We're still battling for the lead right here. I think the leader's on the outside lane, and oh my goodness, it's a recurring incident. The yellow flag is back out again, and it's for an AI incident. Looks like an incident for Matt Kenseth. He gets put in the outside wall, and I know these cars caught air badly, but I don't think they would fly that easy. They weren't paper. Oh, we're side by side for the lead right here between us and Brian Vickers, and oh, we're going to turn him. He's going to get air. He's flying. This is actually a super speedway, if anything. He just caught air. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Up next is NASCAR The Game 2013. Something doesn't seem right here. I don't see no big one. I don't see no racing. Why are we in Pummu Talladega, and what is going on? I get why we're meant to be in the 98 to avoid the big one, but there is no big one, and if anything, we're just falling into the sky. And I mean, look at this, we're picking up a bunch of speed, falling into the abyss, and then, oh my goodness, we're passing 250 miles an hour. This is probably why NASCAR needs restrictor plates, otherwise this would be how fast they're going, and I don't count this as a challenge, just to let you know. This is more like it, and now we are doing a challenge where we're driving as Jeff Gordon once again, and we apparently have to fall back because we've got debris on our grille. This is pretty much replicating the 2013 Daytona 500, and we're using a keyboard, so this is going to be a bit awkward, as you can tell, but thankfully we managed to fall back somehow without any incident. Oh, we're going to go a little wide right here. We're going to tap the wall, and oh, we're going to go around. This is going to be big, as we're going to block the entire racetrack as the whole field now comes. And oh my goodness, Dale Jr. is now flying. Cars scattering all over turn 2 as we now come onto the backstretch. The big one. Someone's gone flying lessons, and this is crazy. Denny, what's happened to you? Don't worry, we're going to help you get back over, but I'm going to say it now, the challenge is over, and also we're going to fail the challenge because we failed to do what the game wanted us to do. Look at this right here, we're going to tap the wall, and then, well, carnage just unfolds right there, because we go up into the wall, it gets us loose, we spin out in front of the racetrack, and look at this, Junior goes flying, Mark Martin's spinning, everyone's just crashing, multiple drivers going airborne right there, time to move on. Up next is one of my favourites, NASCAR 14. For this race, we are making it a 32-lap event with cautions and black flags on, so we can get penalised. AI is going to be on quite a high difficulty. We're going to just get into the race, meaning we're going to start at the back. And we're going to have full damage, meaning that we can have flames if we get involved in any accident, which could DNF us. But I feel like we're going to do well at this track. We are about to go racing, and the green flag is out. For a more authentic experience, we chose to go into first person because why not? It feels awesome. There's a bit of stacking up just in front of us. It doesn't really matter because we are underway here at Daytona, and we're currently driving in a 2014 Jeff Gordon Drive to End Hunger scheme. Somehow we've managed to catch up with the AIs. We've managed to stay with them, because normally by this point, if you play this game, the AIs are already really far ahead and you would have to struggle to have caught back up to the pack. But miraculously, we've stayed with them right behind Michael Waltrip, as now we come to lap number 2, things going pretty well. We've been behind Michael Waltrip since the start of the race, so we're now going to abandon him as we get off turn number 2. Big momentum, we're going to make it 3 wide right here for about 40th place, as we have help from the driver in front of us using their draft. We have a big run right over here, but the 23 is going to block us. We're going to lose slight momentum, and we're going to move Alex Bowman out of the way. Man, they're going 3 wide in front of us as we now go to the inside, and we're now going to stick behind Ryan Truex, I believe that is. We're not going to make it 4 wide, that was too risky, and we're now just going to take it nice and easy. We still have a long way to go, about 30 laps remaining. We don't need to make any silly mistakes as we get a little bit wobbly right there. Miraculously, we hold on and there's no incident. Man, look how tight this pack is. There's barely any room to breathe. Anyone sneezes and the whole thing's going to fly. We're going to have the big one if that's the case. Just look how tight this is, and we're probably going to go 4 wide sometime this race if we're able to, but right now we're just going to take it nice and calm, going 3 wide as we get a little bit wobbly once again, going below the yellow line. We need to try and stay away from there as we can, because we have black flags on, and obviously we don't want to get a penalty for passing below there, as right now we still stay in line. We're all still 3 wide, just staying on the inside as we push Truex. And what do you know, Ryan Truex is making it 4 wide in front of us. This is insane, and we're probably going to follow him, whereas now we enter the danger zone of 4 wide. And yes, we're going to make it 4 wide as we tag the yellow line a little bit again. And yet, we're going 4 wide, about 3 rows of being 4 wide. This is absolutely insane, and this is why I love the AIs in this game for the super speedways. They give you a proper challenge, and the racing is spectacular as we get behind Casey Mears. And somehow, we've made it really far into the pack, and I haven't even really noticed where we are. I've just noticed that we were just going 4 wide, and look at us, we're nearly to the lead. Looks like we might be able to take the lead, and no, Casey Mears goes defensive. He blocks us, but doesn't matter, because now we can build up another run and we can go to the inside and take the lead. And yes, we do. Thankfully, no one's down there to spoil the party, and we are leading for the first time here at Daytona, as we now have to defend 42 other drivers. We need to be the Pied Piper now. We need to be Dale Jr. and just block. This is going to be a little bit sketchy as we now go up high to block. It looks like the 38 might go down low. Nope, he's trying to set us up, and we go wide, and we're still defending, and we're still the lead somehow, and we didn't lose it just there. And this is getting a bit tense right now. The blocks are coming just too narrow, and if we aren't careful, we are going to cause an accident. As you see right now, the 38 coming right back at us. 38 makes a move to the inside, but do we stay up high as there's more momentum on the outside? Nope, he goes back high, he goes down low. This is just too insane to tell. I'm having to use the radar, and if there's no radar there, this will be almost impossible to do, as this is just insane. Ryan Truex gets the inside, and we're going to block him, tag the yellow line once again. Be careful about that, but we're still doing a good job right here, I believe, as we still defend, and we're still leading here at Daytona, coming on to lap number 9, as we still block Ryan Truex as he's trying to get by us. Now we're going to make a block right here, and oh, we're going to get turned into the outside wall. We're going to lose momentum. We're going to go around, but somehow we held on to it. The wall saved us, but look at this. Everyone's going by us on the inside line, and the third lane, which was there, is now falling back, and we fell back to 22nd. That incident won't count because I saved it, but look at this gap. There's no way we're going to catch up to the main pack, and this may have just ruined the race right here. So Casey came, our teammate, goes to the outside. Oh, we're going to get tagged into the wall, and this time we are going to go around, and this is going to be the challenge over for us, and this is the big one here at Daytona. We go back up the racetrack, we do a Harrison Burton, and it's the big one once again at Daytona. Now, I am at fault for the incident. I am taking full responsibility, because you can tell right there, I made a late block for the second time this race. We tagged Michael Waltrip. We both got up the racetrack, tagged Jamie McMurray, Logano, and many others, and it is literally just carnage in the tri-oval here at Daytona as we slide onto pit road. A massive hit there. Miraculously, we did not get a destroyed race car from that. Somehow, we didn't DNF, because that was a massive hit right there, and we're going to go on to pit road right here, because I think everyone else is. This is going to be a busy pit road, but we're going to pit with everyone else just so we can fuel up, and we don't have to worry about a green flag pit stop. As you can see there, I don't know what's going on over here. We can't get onto pit road properly, but we're going to have 4 tyres. We're going to get some repairs, and we're going to add a full tank of fuel just so we can make it to the end without having to make a green flag pit stop, which we are definitely going to have to pit at some point, but just so we can pit under yellow.
Come on! Get me out there! Let's go! Get me back out there! Come on!
That was a pretty decent pit stop. Good work, guys. As you can see, about 7 drivers haven't pitted, and we are dead last, but so we're going to have to make a comeback. It's been 3 laps since we went back racing, and look at this. Everyone's going 3 wide. You just have someone pitting as they didn't pit under yellow, so that's a bit of something to worry about. As you can see, we're going to follow Kyle Busch as we now come through the tri-oval. I'm going to push him a bit there, maybe a little bit too hard as he gets a bit wobbly right there. Oh, another big shove to Kyle Busch. He's going around. This could be another big accident. We're not involved, so we can't tell what's going on. But I can tell you now, it looks like we've just caused a big one. Whoopsies, I do take responsibility again. And thankfully at the back of the field, it's not many drivers, but Brad and Kyle both get caught up because instead of blocking, we gave a huge shove to Kyle Busch and that sent him around. So, my bad. Man, things getting a bit dicey over here as well as we're on the outside lane. I just want to get to the inside lane because that's where I feel like there's more room. As now we're going in the middle. This is aka no man's land. We don't want to be over here because look how tense it is. You got cars on the inside, cars on the outside, cars in front of you and behind you. You feel trapped and you just want to get out of the scenario alive as we're going 4 wide. This is definitely not what we want, but thankfully we survived and we get the inside lane that we want and desperately need. Man, this racing is just so much fun. This is probably the most fun I've had racing in this game, probably ever. I mean, look at it, 4 wide. This is insane. We make a move to the inside of Matt Kenseth and we're still going 4 wide, going to turn number 1. This is insane and enjoyable, and in a way, this is why I love NASCAR, just because of just how awesome this is. And we see we give a bit of a push to Alex Bowman as we now are 2 wide, now looking to go 3 wide. We're now 3 wide for the lead. We've got a back marker just in front of us who's going to play a major role as we now get up in front and we are back to the lead. It's JJ Yaley. We're going on the outside of him. He's going to slow Kyle Busch down and we're going to get a big lead. Man, we've got a few back markers over here. In fact, we've got quite a few we've had so far and they're going to play a major role. This is Michael McDowell, I believe, and he's going to slow down Casey Mears, and once again we're going to get a big lead, but we don't want to get too far out or they'll catch back up. Uh-oh, the bottom lane is looking occupied right now, but it looks like they're going to go 4 wide behind us. That's going to slow them down, and thankfully for us, that means the inside lane is still occupied and we can go back down there and carry on defending for the lead. This racing is just insane, and at some point the big one is going to happen. I can just feel it. As you can see, Ryan Truex makes a move for the lead right now as he's on the inside, both side by side, so close right there. We're almost got turned. You know what? We've already failed the challenge. It's late in the race. Get out of the way, Austin Dillon. We're not going to race you nicely. We're going to move you out the way so we can take back the lead. Build a little run from the back marker. Now we're going to go to the inside and we're going to keep on leading right here as we are using these guys to our advantage so we can try and get away from the field as well as build up a run. And oh, we're going to go around. We got the big one. Let's try and save it, and yes we are. That was once again me because of a block, and thankfully we hang on and we managed to save it, but the rest of the field, it looks like they've just been detonated back in turn number 3. I will admit it, I am a bit aggressive tonight. As you can see, I went up high to block Dale Jr. Then I went back down to try and block a lapped car of JJ Yaley. Thankfully this crash wasn't that big, so many don't have bad damage. But Jesus, this is just a crash that just did not need to happen. But still, a back marker. We're just coming in for a quick splash of fuel, then we're going to go back out. No need for tyres, but man, come on, hurry up. We're losing positions out there, and thankfully we get back out and we don't lose too many positions. We're back down to 15. Here comes Brad Keselowski in the middle lane. Both Brad and Jeff have a little bit of history back in 2014, ironically. So hopefully we won't have any incident here at Daytona months before the Texas incident, as we now look on the inside of Brad. We're keeping to the inside lane and Brad's going to come down low and he's going to get loose, and that's a huge hit, and it's going to be literally the big one that may have just destroyed the field. The way Brad hit the wall was massive. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You can see drivers are literally in fire. Oh my goodness. Drivers flying. This is the definition of the big one in NASCAR 14. These crash physics are absolutely insane, and this is why this game is awesome. Alright, we're luckily still in contention for the win. As you can see, we're currently leading. All we have to do is defend for the next 3-2 laps. So this is going to get intense. This is going to be wild. But hopefully we can hang on. As we have very mild damage, it shouldn't affect us. And hopefully we have the speed to keep up with the field and to defend. Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch build up a run on the outside lane as we now come back to the white flag. 1 lap to go, and we're going to need some help from Park and Kligerman just behind us. It's now or never. We're going to have to try and build up a run as we now go behind the 35 of David Reutemann. Hopefully we can catch back up. We can get a huge run. Truex backs out. As you see, we move Reutemann out of the way. A bit of a dirty move there. Dale Jr. to the inside of Kyle Busch as we now help push him to the lead. The crowd's no doubt on their feet right now. Now we just need to make the move for ourselves, which we do. And we're going to abandon our own teammate who we helped get past Kyle Busch. And he's probably going to fall back from Kyle Busch. Well, we may have lost the challenge, but we've won the race as we now try to cause the big one. But it doesn't matter because we still won the race. And just like that, that is absolutely insane. What a race it was for sure. Just look at this from the replay. The racing just looks absolutely insane. 3x3x3x3 across the entire field. We get a bit loose right there. This bit right here was nerve-wracking. From going from 3 wide, which was already a bit tense, to going 4 wide, which is kind of pushing the limit. But you know what? It just about works. Now it's time to celebrate by doing a burnout. Let's burn out the nitro on pit road, boys. Hang on, where are my fireworks? I've just won the race and there's barely any fireworks and no one looks like they're celebrating. Well, this was the Firecracker 400 and we're going to start our own fireworks on the racetrack and we're going to cause the big one in doing so. As you can see, there's flames, fire from everyone, and that's hopefully going to cause some fireworks on pit road. And that is how you win a race, and that's how you celebrate a win. As you can see, Paul Menards is upside down, just sitting there. Drivers are sitting there because the red flag has not come out. So that means that we could just explore like this. I don't know how this happened, and I don't think this works. I'm not the best at physics, but this isn't right. Coming up next is NASCAR 15. We are now trespassing in Miles the Monster's territory. It's the Monster Mile. It's Dover Motor Speedway, one of the most brutal tracks in all of NASCAR. Don't let it fool you. Trust me, it is one of the hardest tracks to conquer in all of NASCAR. Honestly, so far so good. We've been doing a pretty good job so far within the first 3 laps. I know there's still quite a few laps to go, but I'm just going to say that things are going really well so far. Me and Michael Waltrip once again side by side. Oh my goodness, I don't believe it. It's the wall glitch once again and it just ruined it for us. 4 laps in, nonetheless. Look at this right here. We're doing alright, and then all of a sudden the wall glitch happens once again. Are you kidding me, game? Now, I'm still going to carry on with this race just to get some experience with this track. And so I have no idea what's going on with the outside lane. Everyone's stacking up, and the 25 almost went around right there as he went well low. Oh man, we're in the middle of a 3-wide scenario off turn number 2, and somehow it sticks just barely. Contact for the 38, I believe there was. As we now go back into the inside, we moved the 23 out the way. My bad. But this is just insane. I can't tell if this is a super speedway or not. Man, look at this pack in front of us. How are they coping with this track in racing like this? This is just insane. We now make it 3 wide. We move Stenhouse up the track a little bit. A bit of checking up on well up high. They go out of the groove. My absolute apologies once again. Whoa, we have 2 well down low. I think they're coming to pit road, both Annette and Patrick, I think I was. And oh, Stenhouse has moved on the inside. We're going 3 wide. This is absolutely insane racing right here. I know I said that a lot, but this is incredible. Me and Jeb Burton side by side going into turn number 3. As now we go side by side with Jeff Gordon. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. This is such an insane race right over here. As we now right behind Eric Almirola. Now we're going to try and make a move on the inside of him. Along with Jeff Gordon, we're still 3 wide. We have a few drivers coming off a pit road, so that's going to make things a bit more chaotic. As we now go onto the inside of Jeff Gordon, we're going to move him up the racetrack a little bit. My apologies, Jeff Gordon. I don't mean to do it to the GOAT and my all-time favourite driver. just a mistake, as we now go on the inside of Eric Almirola and Trevor Bayne. Let's put the pressure on Martin Truex Jr. a little bit, as there's a little bit of contact right over here. He's getting all really loose right there. And we're going to even move him up the track as well, but we're going to pass him. They're side by side just in front of us, and we're going to ram into the back of Danica Patrick. My apologies, Danica, even though she slowed down in front of us, and now we're going to pass her on the inside. Our fuel gauge is pretty low, so we're going to come in this lap and see how we do with our first green flag pit stop of the day, and we master it first try, which is always a good sign. That was a good pit stop right there, as we now come out right behind Jamie McMurray, who is currently just one position ahead of us, meaning the battle is on. We're going to make it 3 wide off turn number 2 down the back straight away. Jamie McMurray in the middle of us, and we're going to send it into the corner. It's going to work, whereas now we have Jamie McMurray looking on the inside, but we've cleared him. Man, we're still side by side, and we've got one looking on the inside of us if we tap the wall a little bit there. That's David Regal in the KFC car, still side by side on the outside lane. We're going to send it, and we're going to get away from these guys. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to door slam us a little bit there, and it's going to send us up into the outside wall just for a little bit of contact. We're now going to send it into turn number 3. We're still side by side to see if we can door slam him back or not, which we're not going to, but because we're going to clear him. We are 2 laps down, and Kevin Harvick will cross the line to start the final lap. We are nowhere near contention for the win. We've lost a challenge. We just need to try and get 21st off Jamie McMurray, and if we can or not. There's Matt Kenseth right there. He's going to battle with us right now as he just came up pit road. We're going to send it into turn number 3. We're going to get into the back of Jamie McMurray, any means necessary, and it's going to be a run off turn number 4. We're side by side for 21st, 3 wide, and we're going to get 22nd. We didn't get 21st, but we beat Matt Kenseth barely back to the line. What a finish. The drivers from 21st to 25th were in such an insane battle all race long, but I'll tell you now, me and Matt Kenseth had such a close finish for 22nd position. It was honestly insane to see us go 3 wide, as we now look back at earlier when we had the wall glitch which ruined the challenge for us. If this didn't happen, we would have had a successful challenge. We may have passed actually. As you can see right now, this is a replay of the final lap coming off the final corner. Look at this. We end up going 3 wide across the line for 21st, but we edge out Matt Kenseth for 22nd. Just look at this photo finish. It is absolutely insane. It actually looks like Matt actually edged us out just barely, but we look like it giving us the 22nd over him. But either way, that is too close to call. I can't even tell, but either way, that is such a close finish. What a finish to what was one of the best races I've ever done. And to celebrate, Jeff has invited all of his friends to a barbecue at the Pocono Mountains, and it looks like he didn't invite everyone, because now all of a sudden everyone's just come and spoilt the party. Everyone's just come and crashed our little barbecue, which is a real shame, but either way, it's still been such a fun time. There's loads of barbecue food left over, and it's time to leave this game. Up next is NASCAR Heat 5. We are returning to online NASCAR Heat 5, one of the most brutal ways to play a NASCAR game. As you can see, almost already we got taken out due to an AFK player, but we are underway at Talladega, and things are going to get insane, no doubt. Oh man, the 48 is all over the track, and we're going to have to go to the outside lane of him as we have more momentum. Can we clear him? Yeah, meanwhile, up ahead we got a lot of commotion as we got drivers going up in the outside wall. Looks like they're going to have an accident potentially, and my goodness, this is so close. We've gained so many positions though. Me and Fanky Penn are currently working together. We're trying to bump draft each other over here.
Dinoco's all mine. Trouble, turn 3.
Really? Was that necessary, whoever was in that orange car? I'm sorry, but that was downright dirty. What could have been a 3rd/4th place finish ends up being a 6th place finish for us, thanks to that guy. Me and Fanky Penn are currently working together, 3rd and 4th place once again, only this time at Daytona. Hopefully we can try and make this work once again, as you've got the troller from last time currently spinning on the apron, a slow car on the inside line. Things are getting intense over here. I think that's 1st place, well done on the inside right there. He must have got taken out, and there's the troller once again. Oh, Fanky Penn just got taken out by him. We're the last man standing. We're currently in the lead. I feel awful for him. I feel awful that Fanky Penn just got taken out, but I appreciate him racing cleanly, and I was hoping to try and push him to the win, but you know what, we're going to take the win either way. And even though he didn't finish 1st, thankfully he still finished 2nd, so it was a 1-2 finish. I won't lie, this is the first online NASCAR Heat 5 win for me in like nearly 2 years. Oh, look who it is on the apron.
Welcome to Watkins Glen International. I'm Alex Hayden, and we're here today at one of NASCAR's favorite road courses. This racetrack gives teams a number of strategy options, so watch out for crew chiefs making some interesting calls on pit road today as they try and get track position and make some moves up the field. Time to fire the engines. Let's go bowling at the Glen and head trackside for the command to get today's race underway.
Welcome back to one of the worst games ever made. We are live at Watkins Glen as we are now going to be doing our 100% race here. This is going to be painful and we're currently in the 9-car chase area. We're going to make the car tight just because I'd rather be tight on the road course than loose, knowing what Heat 5 was like. And I'd say we're ready to go, just checking the assists and everything is on quite a difficult level. Alright, let's do this. We are now underway here at Watkins Glen International and I believe we're not going to last very long right here. We're now going to go in the middle and everyone's checking up already to go into the corner and we gained a ton of positions right there. What a move and what a good start for us. We are now on lap number 2 as we now head out into turn number 1. Oh, we're going to go a little bit wide right here. We're going to go off the racetrack just a little bit and we're going to lose a few positions to Eric Jones as we now come up to the S's. We are now in the slipstream of Austin Cindric as we're now going to make the move up high as we now try and go past him. We're going to do the crossover. We've set him up. We're now on the inside of him. Going into turn number 5. He's still got the momentum. Now going into turn number 6. We're just going to send it on the inside and we are going to clear him and we've gained another position. We've got some momentum off the carousel. This car is really fast and we're going to go to the outside of Cole Custer and we're going to get really narrow right here as the wall kind of edges in a bit and we're on the outside going to turn number 5, but I believe we've stolen a position from him. We're now coming up to the bus stop chicane. We're just behind Denny Hamlin. It looks like we're going to make the move. We're not going to go side by side because we sent it into the bus stop chicane and we managed to keep it going and we managed to follow the path. So thankfully we didn't make a mistake as we full sent it. We're going on to the back of Chase Briscoe right there. You know what they say, Robbins racing, and we didn't bump him out the way fully. There's another tap. There we are, using the outside lane. We're going to get some more momentum as a result of it, as we're now right behind Josh Balicki. We're going to make the move to the inside. Both now side by side coming to turn number 5, and we're going to take the position. I believe we're clear. The 16 and 9 now side by side as we now go into the bus stop chicane. A bit of contact right there. We're going to send it off the track a little bit. Robbins racing and we now go on the outside of him. We're both side by side going to the carousel. Once again going side by side into the bus stop chicane, this time with the 21 car. We're going to just edge him out a little bit right there as we get ahead of him and we're going to get the advantage over the 21 car. 20 laps of racing of 90 laps so far now complete as we now complete stage number 1 and we're going to finish within the top 10, which is always a good thing. We didn't win the stage, but we got the top 10, which is always a good thing. We now begin stage 2 on lap 21 of 90. We're right behind Kaz Grala right now. See if they're going to check up again. Yes, they do. We're going to thread the needle. We're going to do it for about 4 rows, make it 5 rows as we now go into turn number 1. We gained a ton of positions right there. What a move. They're beginning to slow down. We're going to dive it into the bus stop chicane and we go right behind William Byron and we gained another numerous amount of positions. Almost contact there. Definitely contact with the 4 car right there. Very close. We don't need to worry about pitting since we pitted during the stage caution, meaning we can go all the way to the end of the stage. Everyone else has to pit. They didn't pit during the stage caution, which means now we're going to gain a ton of positions. Man, this looks interesting just ahead of us. Both going side by side through the bus stop chicane. Oh, Kyle Larson, he's off the racetrack. He's going to get back on, but he's going to stall everyone else down. And we're going to easily catch up. And we're going to overtake BJ McLeod. We're going to hunt these guys down. Good news, guys. First and second place must have pitted because now we went from being 3rd place to 1st place. Going into turn number 1, we will now lead here at Watkins Glen. Man, this is a traffic jam just in front of us. A ton of race cars right near each other. We're now looking on the inside of Austin Cindric. We've marked one of them down. The next target is Michael McDowell once we've cleared Austin Cindric, which we have. And now we're going to make a move on Michael McDowell to the outside. And there's still multiple drivers in front of us. But we have a nice fast race car. And we look on the inside of Eric Almirola going to turn number 5. Garrett Smithley just ahead of us, but we're going to make the move to the outside. We're going to use the curves. We might have gone off the track a little bit right there. Bit of contact right there as we now come to turn 5. Man, what an insane stage that was. And now we're going to come to the end of stage 2, lap 40, and we're going to win stage number 2. And there's now still 50 laps to go, which means a green flag pit stop is necessary. This is it. It's now a 50-lap shootout to the finish. Stage 3 is underway here at Watkins Glen. We're on the inside and now we're going to send it into turn number 1. Look how many positions we gained then. That's about 5-6 rows right there. As we now go on the curb, which is always a risk, but we survive it and we're underway. Going up the S's on the outside of Eric Almirola. We got momentum. We're going to go to the inside of Austin Dillon. And look at this. They're all going on the brakes early, heading towards the bus stop chicane. We're going to send it into the chicane. We gained a ton of positions right there. No contact this time with the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Nice and cleanly through the chicane. I think we're side by side with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Not entirely sure. Yes, we were. And there he is. He's going wide. He sent it there. He goes on 2 wheels after hopping the curb. And he goes out of the groove. I can promise you guys that AI difficulty is on a high difficulty. It's just that these guys look so slow. It looks like it's on easy, but I can assure you guys it's not. I just honestly don't exactly know why it's so easy. The leader, Kurt Busch, is just in front of us. We're going to make the move to the inside. Side by side for the lead through turn number 5. We go wide right there, but I think we may still have the lead, and yes, we do. Make a move to the outside of Michael McDowell, and oh, the wall's going to edge in a little bit there, and this is going to be narrow, and we brushed the wall just barely. We didn't hit it hard enough for damage, but that was close. We've just pitted, so hopefully these fresh tyres will last us for another 20 or so laps, and we go a little bit wide right there. That's the first time we've done that. We've gone well off into the first corner, which is not a great sign. And look at this, Cole Custer is getting away from us for the first time. We go wide a little bit here, going up the S's. I think the car might be tight. Alright, we're on the inside lane on the final corner, and oh, we're definitely going wide. We tagged the wall there. That's the first time. The car is definitely tight. We're going to take the lead here as the leaders are now pitting, but we'll have to do that one more time later on in the race, and we're going to have to make an adjustment because this car is getting unbearable. I'm no expert on wedge, but I think if you add some more, it makes the car looser, which I definitely want. I don't want the car to be too loose, but I just want it to be slightly looser because the car is tight. Through the bus stop chicane once again, and you can feel right now the car is definitely tight. Absolutely it is, because we're now going off the track and we're doing a Kyle Larson from earlier. Oh, we're on the curve look there. No, we're going to go wide. We're going to well ride, and we just barely avoid the barrels right there. That almost ended the challenge for us. Me and Casgrada are currently side by side. He's on the inside. He's going to go well ride, and so are we. We started off this race with a really good car and we were doing so well, but then now the handling's gone and we've just gone off the track in turn number 5. We got into the gravel trap for the first time this race. This car has just completely lost its handling and we're going to continue to lose more positions as we fall down. Man, we go incredibly wide off turn number 1. We're going to hit the tyre barriers. Luckily, we didn't spin around as a result of it, but man, this car is just terrible. I know there's 5-6 laps to go, but Jesus, I've honestly had enough of this as well. You see right there, we go wide and almost went into the bulwarks and we almost got turned right there. I can't tell who that was. That may have been Kyle Larson, result of a tight car. I honestly think that we're using up the tyres because we're going wide, we're sliding up the racetrack, it's using up more rubber, and as of which may be a result because all of a sudden we're not turning into the corner. And look at the tyres, they are almost gone, so I have no choice but to pit. We're already a lap down, we're already losing positions, we're going to have to. But you see right now, we're almost going into the barrels. Miraculously, we avoid them. We're coming out of the pit road with 3 laps to go. We're now currently 24th. We were running in the top 10 all day until stage 3. The first 2 stages went really well, but in the last stage, everything just fell apart. Now, I've made the car looser. Hopefully, it will help. Now, the leaders have finished the race because they are 1 lap ahead of us because we're a lap down, meaning that we only have 1 corner remaining in this race before the checker flag for us. Now, the first 2 stages went really well. We did so much well. Top 10 both stages. Then the final stage, everything just fell apart. We're going to finish not even in the top 20, which is a shame. But to be fair, we did really well in a broken game and we succeed the challenge. We're now going to have a quick look at the results, and we are now 22nd, which is okay, but I was honestly expecting it to be a lot better with how much better I think when Eric Jones ends up winning a race. So hey, that's a deserving winner. What's happening, guys? NASCAR Gamer here. Firstly, I want to say a big thank you for making it through to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and had a lot of fun watching. Likewise, it was absolute fun to make. I also want to quickly apologise for the lack of uploads, for the lack of stop motions and videos like this. I've generally been quite busy, especially with exams right now, and I've also been busy in my spare time doing the NASCAR Gamer Cup Series Race 7 for Season 2. I'm hoping to release it around the time of American Speedfest, either on the 7th or the 10th of June I'm thinking of right now. Either way, make sure for the week of American Speedfest to stay tuned. There will be a lot of videos around American Speedfest as well as the NASCAR Gamer Cup Series race. Now, we never fully celebrated this, but we have reached 2,100 subscribers and we're nearly at 2,200 subscribers, so thank you all so much for subscribing and for supporting the channel. I hope you all enjoyed this video and I'll see you all in the next one.